It's time now for look at least in local news. In the news that Jesup City Commissioners met Tuesday for the first time in the year 2025 at City Hall, first for a work session to discuss a public safety communication system, then the regular meeting at 7. At the work session, only 3 commissioners and the mayor attended and heard from Scott Langham, who had 4 options, but was recommending option 4, which would cost the city approximately $166,000 for a new tower and equipment for their emergency personnel. Here was Langham explaining what the new system entails last night.
But as you can see in option 4 is our recommendation that ties into the countywide system. There's 3 other options on the table. The third option is for a satellite option here in Jesup. It's very similar to option 4, but it's extremely limited in terms of the capacity that you have with the city of Jesup and the police department. Number of channels, number of options, range. There's a lot of different things in that option 3, and I don't know what number that is.
So option 3 would be
do you mind
101, 112.
What is 4 actually? If we were choosing the $137,380.20, what would we be paying for?
Basically, you'd be paying for the infrastructure of the repeater trunk system or the radio. Sir?
For those of me like me that don't know, what is a repeater?
That's right. No, basically, what the system is, it is a amplifier system that is trunked. And trunk meaning that you have multiple channels. You have 4 complete channels. What that does is that in a digital format, that gives you 7 open talk paths on that system. So if the city of Jesup wants to add channels or anything like that, they can do that, and they can go up to about, I think it's 18 on that particular side.
This is a piece of hardware that's going to hang on a tower.
It's not going to hang on a tower. It's actually going to go into a control room or wherever the tower, the site that is determined, it'll be inside. We're going to utilize the tower, the antenna, the cable. We're going to only place the trunk system into the building. That's the only infrastructure that goes in the building.
You don't have to have an antenna?
Yes, sir. It has an antenna now. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we're going to utilize that. So we're going to glean what we can from that, what's good. Once we go through and hook everything up, we're not going to have a new antenna. The only thing we do have to add is a microwave relay. The microwave relay will tie into the other 4 tower systems within the county. So if the city of Jesup, as they come into the county, they can talk to anybody or anywhere in the county. So it's going to have coverage for the county.
Commissioners Tim Cockfield, Bill Harvey, and the mayor, Ralph Hickok, all in the opinion that the county should be picking up this tab. As they all stated, the county seems to forget that the city of Jesup residents are also county residents and pay county taxes. Harvey simply stated the county should pay the entire cost. Commissioner Cockfield stated the county is doing the city wrong, that he was to provide this updated equipment for the city employees, but he says he'll have to hold his nose while he votes. Mayor Ralph Hickok simply asked City Manager Nick Ellis how the city plans to pay for the new system.
First of all, Mr. Ellis, that's your proposal. How do you plan on paying for that?
I was looking at us having the opportunity to maybe take this out of SPOS 4. We have additional funding that was not allocated, and I do know that we did allocate and set aside some money for our water repairs, and we are right now going to come. Anthony told me we're going to probably be under budget in that area of about $100,000. And so I was considering that, and then we also had almost about $800,000 that we did not purpose in SPOS 4 outside of the water.
On the other hand, you know, we got this big project over here with Warrentown Movement.
Well, I personally would rather see us put money toward public safety, police and fire. These boys are out there risking their lives. This sewage project is going to bankrupt City of Jesup before it's over with. And so the idea that, I'm not trying to be difficult, Ralph, but the idea that we have to, all the time, more money. I mean, this is literally a drop in the bucket of what we're putting in to that industrial park project. That, you know, you want to talk about something where the county ought to be paying some. This is, we're swallowing what's that old saying? You can swallow a gnat and choke on an elephant or something. Whatever it is. This is small potatoes compared to that. Now that I'm all willing to let's hold the line with the county And,
At least that is our
and-
system though, Tim. This is their system.
I know, but I mean, we're talking peanuts.
I get what you're saying, the safety issue
And this is a
is
safety
also
issue.
unique. I agree. But I also agree with Commissioner Harvey that we pay
Well, I agree
their
with
taxes. It
100%.
should be, it's their responsibility to pay for it.
That-
But before we leave our officers in peril, I agree with you on that too.
That's my
Well,
whole.
there's no question about that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
The county's doing us wrong on this thing. I'm having to hold my nose to support.
That's what you deal with in the next election. I said that, but no, I don't. That's exactly what it is. All right, so you plan on pulling out SPOS 4, which is going to come against other projects.
I think with the 100,000 that we're gonna save from water, and I do know that we have not fully dedicated it to a particular area of the East Jesup project. We do know we have to have funding for that, and we know that there's gonna be opportunity for us to look at other funding sources. That's gonna, be talked about tonight, and we're gonna put together a plan for that. But I do think that this is a need that we need more than the industrial park. If I had to make that request, I would like to see us enhance our communications for our public safety departments, along with doing our projects for the East Jesup. But if I had to choose what was a priority for me, would be the communication over East Jesup.
And once again, those to comment, City Manager Nick Ellis. Once again, no decision made at the work session, but the regular meeting at 7. Commissioner Tim Caulfield asked that the item be put on the city agenda for a vote at their next meeting. The new tower, a 5th tower in the county, would be put near the Wayne County Sheriff's Department. Once again, the county's already implemented the new system. Wants the city to commit to adding the 5th tower and be able to hook up to the system for better communication for officers and firefighters and emergency personnel. Once again, they showed last night that their current system is simply outdated. Again, the work session, only Commissioners Pam Schuman, Tim Caulfield, and Bill Harvey and Mayor Ralph Hickox on hand to discuss and hear the proposal. Again, it'll be put up for a vote and approval at their next city meeting. Again, that'll take place in mid-January. We'll come back, take a look at the city's regular meeting at 7 p.m. after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. The city met at 7 p.m. last night for the regular scheduled meeting. All the commissioners on hand with the exception of Perry Morgan in attendance. City states they're moving forward with putting out new bids for their East Jesup sewer project. Here was the presentation from the spokesperson from Thompson Hutton explaining where the city is on the project at this time.
Basically, we're done with the plans. We've revised everything. We're doing a little bit of electrical change this week. We'll basically be ready to go up back out for bids. We're looking at either February 18th or 25th to bid the project again. As we went through before, the scope was reduced down to just doing the 2 pump stations on 301, basically maximizing what we can push through the 8-inch force mains that are already in place. Then redoing Sunset with a force main there, gravity sewer from Healthy Pet all the way down to Sunset. And then we still have in the Wayne Commerce Center water and sewer in there. We're going to get bids on that portion.
So I'm sorry. So the part into the Commerce Center, you still have that in?
Yes, and so we have it. You can see the white area is kind of the east side sewer. That's the base area. That's looking at about 7.6 million is our current budget that we're looking at. The pink, it's a little harder to see, but the pink area is that Division 2A. That's that off-site water and sewer to come up the new street that's going to go into Wayne Commerce Center. And then Division 2B is the part that's actually within the park itself. That will complete the loop and run the gravity sewer within the park itself. We'll go ahead and get the numbers so that we know what we're dealing with. But right now,
Those numbers will be separate, right?
they'll all be separated. We'll be able to, when we bid it, we'll have it in these 3 different divisions and be able to give it to a contractor and say, we only want to do 1 and 2A.
Because, we want all of it done, but
If we can.
we asked for a number for the fire department. If there's no tenant ready for that right now.
Right.
So that might be, if we have to hold, that might be what we hold on.
Right, and that's kind of where we're going right now is what we think. So that we have the $10.8 million based on the ARPA funds. They were contingency funds that ARPA has told us we'll have, and then the Buddy Carter grant as well. Gives us about $10.8 million. We should be below that on those first 2 phases. So then it comes back to, we could go into the park a little bit with that, there was some for contingency or some other options for sewer we talked about downstream at the last time we got together. So right now, we're ready to bid, and we're going to get it in the newspaper and put it up on the state website by the end of this week or next week. Be ready.
And once again, those comments are Chris Stovall from Thompson Hutton. Again, the bids will go out in February this year. Mayor Ralph Hickok's giving kudos to the city employees as once this project, the city had the project borrowing $14 million to complete the project. Now with the new proposal, they feel with the grant money coming from Congressman Buddy Carter and the money on hand that they'll be within the $10.8 million budget that they have on hand. I feel them continue to follow the story as it develops. Both the Jesup Police Chief and Fire Chief given permission last night to put out bids for vehicles. Jesup PD looking for 4 new vehicles. Fire Department, a new vehicle for fire training. The board approved $23,817.30 for new sludge pump for the wastewater treatment plant. Director Patrick Martin said he had the money in his budget and he is currently down 1 pump. They also approved $25,000 for an excavator trailer. Under items with the city manager, Nick Ellis says their next meeting, he'll have an update on the FEMA and assessment on how much the city's been reimbursed after the hurricane. He also says they have a presentation to the city commissioners to expand their community garbage pickup. Jesup Police Chief Chris Hamilton on the agenda with an update on the flock cameras. He says the city now has 6 cameras in operation. The city has 6 and the county has 7. Hamilton says they've been vital in checking down vehicles' tag numbers and really helping in several incidents. He says it was vital for the Sunday shooting that took place at Bayview Apartments. They state shortly after that shooting they were able to get the tag number of the vehicle involved and make an arrest. Again, Hamilton says these cameras will be a great asset to law enforcement once the cameras are up and running all across the city and county. And that's a look at your Tuesday City Council meeting at City Hall. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news, Sheriff Chuck Mosley and Police Chief Chris Hamilton announcing a major drug bust on January 3rd. Jesup Wayne Tactical Narcotics Team, assisted by the Long County Special Response Team, Wayne County Sheriff's Office, and Jesup Police Department Criminal Investigation, Uniform Patrol Division, along with the Wayne County EMS and Jesup Fire Department, executed a search warrant at 1201 South 1st Street, the Briarwood Apartments at 4 a.m. Raheem Merritt and Demaria Fulmore were both arrested on outstanding felony warrants, faced multiple additional charges. Charges include, but are not limited, trafficking Schedule II drug fentanyl, possession of methamphetamine with intent to distribute, theft by receiving stolen property, possession of drug-related objects, possession of firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of firearm during the commission of a crime. They said it's an active and ongoing investigation. They asked if anyone has information pertaining to this case or any illegal drug or criminal activity to contact the Wayne County Sheriff's Office at 912-427-5970 or the Jesup Police Department at 912-427-1300. Reminder, tomorrow, the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce's annual Eggs and Issues breakfast set for 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Coastal Pines Technical College. Some tickets still available, $30 for members, $40 for non-members, but everyone's invited. And you need to contact the Chamber of Commerce today, the number 912-427-2028. Guest speakers will be State Senator Blake Tillery, State Representative Stephen Meeks, and State Representative Buddy DeLoach. Again, they'll preview the upcoming legislative session, all that taking place tomorrow morning between 8 and 10 a.m. at Coastal Pines Technical College. Wayne County Historical Society meets tomorrow night, Thursday, January 9th, at Captain Joe's Seafood Restaurant, first meeting of the year 2025. Dutch Street meal precedes the meeting at 5:45 p.m. We'll have the election of officers. Memberships are due. Again, the discussion also take place to develop a plan of work for the next 2 years, as well as suggestions for programs or guest speakers for each month. Membership dues are now payable, $20 for individual, $30 for a family. Again, members are encouraged to attend and visitors are welcome. And the community blood drives is set for January 21st on a Tuesday at Wayne Memorial Hospital from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. All donors will receive a $40 gift card. Again, the blood mobile will be located on the right side of the main parking lot near the cafeteria. To make an appointment to donate blood, they ask that you log on to their website, bloodconnection.org, type in Jesup or the sponsor code 7980. Appointments are encouraged, but walk-ins will be welcome. Once again, the date Tuesday, January 21st from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.